Several shark bite incidents and sightings are putting beachgoers on alert in Florida and New York in the last couple of days. A 15-year-old boy and a girl are recovering after suspected shark attacks in separate incidences off of Long Island on Monday. Lulia Luciano reports on 2 more shark bites that happened just yesterday.
2 more shark attacks on New York's Long Island, the 4th in 2 days. In separate incidents, a man and a woman were bit near Fire Island, just a few miles from where 2 teens were bitten. None of the injuries are life-threatening. Drone video taken Tuesday shows a school of about 50 sand sharks in the same area.
Very, very concerned. And if I'm that concerned, I won't go in the water.
Now officials have increased drone patrols over Long Island state beaches, which had its fair share of shark bites last year, 8 in total. So far, there have been at least 18 reported shark incidents in the U.S. this year.
Every year, people think that the number of bites are higher than they remember, but in fact, it's not at all.
Gavin Naylor says in the East Coast, bites tend to happen when sharks are chasing schooling fish, something swimmers should be on the lookout for.
So the sharks aren't targeting humans?
Not at all. No. If sharks were targeting humans, we'd have at least 100 bites every day.
Beachgoers rushed to shore in Pensacola Tuesday as a shark zipped through shallow waters.
Hey, come in!
While Naylor says there are ways to prevent being bit, like avoiding jewelry, not swimming alone, and staying close to shore, he adds there are greater risks while in the water.
You're about 200 times more likely to drown than you are to be bitten by a shark.
New York Governor Kathy Hochul recently announced increased surveillance measures to detect sharks. That includes drones, helicopters, additional staff, and watercraft. This is happening all along the state's beaches, especially this holiday weekend.
Now, while sharks are scary to a lot of us, others find them just fascinating, like the researchers at O-Search. They're on the verge of learning about great whites all off the North Carolina coast. Carter Evans set sail with the crew to learn more about the tagging process.
With bait in the water, the sharks emerge.
At this point, we are literally surrounded by sharks.
13 footish, best guess is female.
Oh!
They're working like a NASCAR pit crew out here, fast, trying to get these satellite tags installed. They draw blood samples and perform an ultrasound, all while the shark is awake.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I've never been this close to such a massive animal before.
Seawater's pumped through her gills to keep her breathing.
Can I touch one of her teeth?
Yeah. Within minutes, samples are collected for 24 different scientific studies, including one testing hormone levels to see if she's mating.
We'll estimate the weight based on a formula.
All right, so if you're on more of the fascination part, you can track those sharks. O-Search tags off of the North Carolina coast and elsewhere. It's right there on their website. The white shark was just pinged miles off of the Carolina coast today. His name was Breton. The white shark is over 13 feet long, weighs more than 1,400 pounds. Now, O-Search also tracks other sea creatures like turtles. Hundreds of sea turtles nest on North Carolina shores over the summer, and they live off the coast for the majority of the year. So officials want you to be mindful of what you're bringing to the beach and leaving in the ocean. This sea turtle right here was recently returned to the ocean in Oregon Inlet, rescued by the Coast Guard after becoming stuck in fishing gear. It's a good reminder to make sure that you properly dispose of anything that you bring with you. Now, those are creatures that you can harm, but what about the creatures that maybe can harm you, like the jellyfish? You've maybe heard the old wives' tale. You've probably seen it in movies. Maybe you read it in a book. It claims that the best medicine for a jelly sting is urine. Megan Bragg verifies.
If you get stung by a jellyfish, should someone pee on the sting to cure the pain? Let's verify. Our source is cardiologist Dr. Pyle Coley, family physician Dr. Robert Robinson, and the Mayo Clinic. According to the Mayo Clinic, jellyfish use their tentacles and can inject you with venom from thousands of microscopic barbed stingers. This venom can create a burning, prickling, stinging pain. So should you have someone pee on you to relieve the pain?
Absolutely not. Peeing on a jellyfish sting can actually make the problem worse.
Both Dr. Coley and Dr. Robinson say this is not a good treatment, but there is a reason people may think this way.
the fact that there's ammonia and urea in urine is the reason that people think that it would provide some type of relief from the stings.
They both tell us that though urine contains these compounds, it's too dilute to actually create relief.
Here's the problem with actually peeing on a jellyfish sting is that you can actually cause release of more venom from the stingers, depending on how dilute or how concentrated the urine is.
The best way to relieve the sting is to get back into the salt water.
The first thing to do is to actually enter back into the seawater to help remove some of those tentacles that may be attached to your skin.
The second thing that you want to do is to maybe put some vinegar on it. That's one of the things in the studies that has been shown to offer some relief. You can certainly also put creams like lidocaine cream or take oral analgesics like Tylenol.
So we can verify that no, peeing on a jellyfish sting is not the best remedy to relieve pain, and doctors warn against it.
Aren't you glad we settled that? All right, remember, you're just a visitor in another person's home. WFMY News 2 at 6 is coming up next.